guys, welcome back. Jeff, Digital Gate Studios. Today got Jesse with me.
Yo.
Guys, it's time that I bring the heat to the channel.
Here we go.
It's time to bring the most competitive deck that I've been able to come up with. That it's time to just lay down the law, show everybody who's boss. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's time we get into it.
I'm ready.
Eos has always been a favorite of mine, and I'm very excited to share this new deck profile I got of you, okay? So we're going to start with the level 2s. We're just playing one Mother D Reaper.
Okay.
We're playing Mother because it's the egg with the highest DP. No other egg can even compete as far as DP goes.
You're not wrong.
But it's important to think about the meta and what your opponent's going to play. So if you have 4, you're just asking to get Death X'd. So I'm sticking with just the 1. I might go up to 2 just if I'm worried about consistency, but for now I'm really liking it at 1. So now with an Eos deck, let's just talk about, the level 5s, right? A lot of people, the argument is how many do I play? Well, I'll just throw down some at first. So we'll just throw down 12 to begin with. I'm finding in a lot of decks that I've been playing, anywhere from like 12 to 16 is just such a good number to play.
Yeah.
Such an outstanding, you get a lot of consistency. But for those that don't know what this card does, okay? First of all, you can have up to 50 in this deck, right? So that's what allows us to play so many copies of this one card. It's a rule breaker. There's not a lot of cards in the game. Obviously, we have like the Vemmon and the Searcher and stuff that does that now, but this was the original breaking the rules of not having, that 50, right? So when attacking, you may play one level 5 or lower Eosmon. So Eosmon can play another Eosmon when it attacks. So, and it's really, not a bad play cost. It costs 5 to hard play.
Yeah.
That's not bad at all, right? So, just for consistency's sake, I like to throw in another set of 4, just Eosmons, just that way I'm like at that magic number. I'm playing a bunch of them. You kind of want these in hand, so that way you can swing. You can play a free Eosmon, and then you can start putting some on the field when your opponent gives you memory, right?
You can swing over those like 4K bodies.
Yeah. So. It just increased the consistency a little bit more because sometimes, you burn through your hand so quickly. I do have 2 more Eosmons.
Yeah.
I've just been, really enjoying the amount of consistency I have with this deck. I've been really liking the strength of it. I just think it's just, such a strong card, and it's kind of the focus of the deck. And I think what complements that is just, just another playset of level 5 Eosmon.
No. What I like about that is that you're pretty consistent in that you know what's going to be in your security too.
Yeah. So, this deck is just a good old reliable. It's in your security. It's in your hand. It's in your deck. And I think this deck just needs 3 more Eosmon.
Oh, okay.
So now, we got a good chunk of level 5s here. So maybe this will settle that debate of how many level 5s to play in the deck. It's still one of those trick, numbers, like how many should you play, whatever. So I think to complement that, because we are playing so many Eosmon that have, when attacking abilities, we just play another playset of Eosmon.
Well, the other thing I like about that, too, is like there's so much removal in the game that kills level 4s or lower.
Yeah, this completely avoids level 4 or lower,
Yep.
like the Ogremon. It's got a good DP. That 6K is a really respectable number and stuff like that. And the Eosmon also has a pretty good inheritable. This Digimon does get plus 1,000 DP, so you're able to use, the inheritables when you need to as well. I am going to play, so now time for the next card, 4 more Eosmon.
Okay.
So just, really adding to the strength of the deck, the consistency, the when attacking, being able to play bodies. It just does so much for the deck. You just have so many ways of just getting around your opponent. Let's say the Black War Gray is stopping your highest DP. Well, you can swing with it, and then you can still play another Eosmon to get around that, right?
Makes sense.
And then I think it's just, I do like just another 1 more Eosmon in the deck. I do think it really helps fills out the deck. Make sure you always get it when you need it. And sometimes when I'm feeling risky, I do like to play another playset of the Eosmon as well.
Okay.
So we're just really increasing the number of the level 5s in this deck. We're just making it so we're safe from removal. So we always have the pieces that we need when we need it,
Well, I feel like that just lives in that happy zone because you have so much level 4 and lower, and then you have so much 6 and higher removal too.
Yeah, exactly. So like I'm skirting a lot of those numbers, that just get out of the way of that for sure. And then my next 3 cards are just 3 more Eosmon.
Yeah, why mess with a good thing?
Great card for the deck. Just what more can I say about it besides the fact that let's play 4 more.
Wow.
So Guys, this is a 46 card deck as of right now. 47 if you include the egg, right? But obviously that's a separate deck. So these last 4 spots were the hardest, I think, for me to fill. I was just really struggling with the deck. I was just trying to figure out, how do I walk that fine line between being consistent, having that high ceiling when I need to. And then I just found this like really spicy card. Like I cannot believe I hadn't thought of putting this in other decks and just how strong this card is. So I do play for Death Eosmon.
That is a good complementary card to that
I
deck,
just
for
it
sure.
just it's really adds to the strength of the deck. It's the highest play cost, so Iron Fist Onslaught will target your Death X versus your Eos. Rivals Barrage will take out the Death X instead of the Eos. That's kind of what you want. You want something to hit, right, other than the Eos. So you have these 4 Death X's just to perfectly balance it out, right? Yeah. I think it's just incredibly consistent. And now this is a 50 card deck, guys. But it's just been such a passion project of mine, and I've been thinking about all the upcoming events. We got Ultimate Cups, we got Nationals next year. We have so many things happening that I think it's important to be prepared if Bandai decides to do any implemental rule changes, right? They've already given us mulligans, as of today. Mulligans are now legal in the game.
April 1st,
which has really helped with this deck's consistency, because sometimes you just don't get enough Eosmon in your starting hand.
Yeah. You don't want to get those death.
Yeah, whether you're
early.
like clogged with these way too early. So, but rule changes, right? One of the things that Bandai has been considering was sideboards. So I really wanted to put just a strong sideboard together to really help this deck out when it needs the help the most. So with this deck, sometimes you go through your hands so quickly. You have so many Eosmons that are playing off of each other. We're not digivolving nearly as much as other decks. So I wanted to have some additional draw power in the deck. And I was just looking through old cards, and I found just one of the most broken tamers I've ever seen. And I don't think I've seen a lot of Bliss use this gem of a card. And I know Eosmon is typically a tamer-heavy deck. So I think I found the perfect complement in Thomas H. Norstein for the deck, right? Now, Thomas, for those of you who don't know, on play, you draw a card.
Yep.
What more else could you possibly need in a deck that just needs as many cards as quickly as possible to get your hand size flowing, So it's a good sideboard piece. But what I also like about the Thomas Norstein is that it allows you to open up an entire package of options that you don't have access to without it, right? Yeah. So now we can play blue. And for those of you who are fans of the channel, every blue deck that I've built features one card in particular, Ice Wall.
Oh, yeah. It's one of the best.
It's a staple in every blue deck I build, right?
And it's restricted.
I think every blue deck I've built has an Ice Wall in it, so this can't be an exception, guys. Definitely an Ice Wall to complement that. I do think it's also important, since we are playing blue, that I have one more blue card for my sideboard to show you guys, and that's just Lobomon for game.
Lobo for game.
Lobo for game. All right, guys, so that's 6 cards at the sideboard. For those of you who don't remember, the sideboard limit was 10, so I kind of played around with that number 10 just to be safe in case Bandai does bring it back or whatever. And my thought process is, what happens if I don't get enough Eosmon?
Yeah.
So my next 4 cards are 4 more Eosmons, guys.
In case that Death X doesn't work, just take them out.
Just, in case the Death X is just clogging your hand, you're playing against the wrong type of matchup, you're able to swap that for more Eosmons, so that way you're just ready to go when you need to go.
Yeah.
All right, guys, this is the Tier 0 most competitive Eosmon deck you'll ever see. Thank you so much for the channel, and happy April Fool's Day.
Yeah, catch you next time.